Man, I am so bummed. I thought I had videoed this whole recipe that I'm going to show you. I actually did get the photos, but for whatever reason, the video didn't take. So anyway, I'm going to tell you how to do this because this recipe was so bomb. I bought this Artisan Sourdough book. I've already made a couple recipes out of it, but the cinnamon raisin swirl is bomb. I am going to tell you how to make it, and then I'll show you the pictures because I actually did save those. So you're gonna need 50 grams of your active starter, 365 grams of warm water, 480 grams of bread flour, and 20 grams of whole wheat flour, and 9 grams of salt. You're gonna mix all of that together, cover it with a damp towel, set it aside. Meanwhile, you're gonna take 65 grams of raisins and 65 grams of your walnuts. Put them in a bowl, cover them with water, just enough to cover them. Set them aside. Then once you're at your hour, 30 minutes to an hour time frame that your bread is rested, you're going to drain all of those raisins and walnuts, and then you're going, make sure the water's out of them really good. Dump them into that mix and then press them into that dough. You kind of do the stretch and folds, kind of just knead it into not really the stretch and folds, but just knead it into the bread. And then what you're gonna do is you're gonna cover with a damp towel, leave it 8 to 10 hours. I did this early yesterday morning, so I could bake it last night, but it would probably be really good if you did it in the evening time and then you let it bulk rise overnight and made it again in the morning. Then once it's rested for like 8 to 10 hours, what you're gonna do is dump it onto a counter surface with just a little bit of flour, and then you're going to let it rest another 10 to 15 minutes so that dough gets really pliable. Then you're gonna stretch it into a rectangle, you know, like this with the skinny side towards you. And then you're gonna take in a bowl 50 grams of sugar, 6 grams of cinnamon, mix that together, and you're gonna sprinkle that all over that dough. And then you're gonna roll it up like a log, and then you're gonna set it in a oval Banneton basket like this. And I think it's gotta sit there for 30 minutes to an hour. Jesus, I couldn't even read that. I should get my glasses. But anyway, once you do that, then you're gonna take it, you're gonna dump it onto some parchment paper, and then you're going to put it in a loaf pan. They wanted you to use a loaf pan that has a lid. I didn't have one, so I just put it in here and baked it anyway. It still turned out really good. It may have probably got a little more rise if I had a pan with a lid on it, but I didn't have that. So anyway, you're gonna, if you have a pan with the lid on it, you're gonna put it in the oven for 20 minutes covered, and then remove the lid, and then continue baking for an additional 40 minutes. Mine didn't take that long, and probably because I didn't have a lid on it, so I think my total cook time might have been about 45 minutes. It still turned out amazing. It still looked amazing, and here's the photos.